It's hot. Really hot. But the scorching heat is drowned out by the aroma of toasted black rubber beads, the harsh shouts of coaches, and crunch of colliding helmets and pads. Before the boys of summer proceed to the fall, they endure the same routine they've been repeating their whole lives. For some, this never gets old. The Robert Morris football team faces a different kind of camp this year. The team is trying to shake off a tragic 1-10 record, a fresh wound only made worse by self-doubt and criticism from the student body.
Don't want to dwell on last year, but I certainly don't want to forget last year or not remember what happened, because we can't stay at the same level as we were last year. We have to improve in every phase of the game in order for us to be successful.
It wasn't the greatest of seasons, and I hope that our guys are able to utilize that as a motivating factor.
I was actually sitting in class, and a gal who's a cheerleader actually had the nerve to say, "Man, our football team sucks." This was after the first game. I mean, it wasn't the cleanest game, but as far as the game, it was a good game against the top 25 team. And I kind of looked over, and I was just like, when you don't have your school behind you, and you don't have people rooting for you, and everyone's kind of excited and that support group, then it is really hard.
Last season is really all the motivation we need. I mean, we went 1-10. I've never had a season like that. I'm pretty sure there are a lot of guys on the team that have never had a season like that. And I feel like if that's not the fuel to your fire, then I don't even know what to tell you.
The haunting memory of a failed season lurks even in the fresh turf of Joe Bolton Stadium. But beneath the surface, optimism prevails. In an attempt to recover from last year's blunder, the coaching staff has shuffled the roster. Nick Lamica is one of the best all-around athletes on the team. He played both outside linebacker and receiver last season, but was switched to tight end for this year.
That's fun as dude. Yeah. That is fun as shit. I want to block for you, dude. You and Ram.
It's working real well. I'm in a new spot. I'm in the 5 position, so I'm just outside. They'll move me in sometimes to block. Sometimes we'll run our pass game off that. So that's really nice. It's fun to do. So just kind of getting used to everything.
Other players, like Devon Swain, Corey Gary, and Craig Thompson, have made moves in order to gain some more playing time. Changes have been made to the approach to camp as well. Players are required to keep journals and carefully document their triumphs and mistakes of the day.
What we need for them to do is create that mental toughness through a journal. So I want them to spend some time after every practice, write down everything that they did wrong, the number of drop passes, missed blocks, so that they have a record of it, so that when they review it, they know what they have to work on, they know what they have to study, they know what they have to be able to improve.
You see the mistakes, mistake here, mistake there. We're really trying to get them, all 11 have to be correct. Whoever makes the mistake on a play, that's seems to where the ball goes, or if you're not getting to it, your certain gap, that seems where the running back goes, so it's really, to do your job on every play. And if all 11 of us are doing our own jobs, not worrying about what others are doing, we'll be fine.
The goal is to create a smarter football team. Self-inflicted wounds plagued the team last season. extra conditioning drills have been replaced by ball security drills to combat those mistakes. At about 23 athletes per year, the state of New York isn't nationally renowned for producing Division I college football players. That makes Kyle Buss quite the anomaly. Buss has always been fast, placing 4th nationally out of 1,100 athletes at the Nike Spark Combine.
Hey, Jordy Nelson, I call you Edelman. I'm watching his highlights, y'all are in clone.
The highly touted recruit opted to arrive at RMU in the spring of 2013, poised to become a major playmaker for the Colonials. But his collegiate career was put on hold. Academically ineligible, he was forced to watch his team fall apart from the sidelines last season.
It's one of those things that it's water under the bridge. It was tough. It's something I can't really explain how I felt, but it's been a long time coming, and it's finally here, and I can't wait to play. Everyone on the offense, defense, special teams, no matter who it is, we got each other's backs, and that gives you that extra boost of confidence, and that's what we need to continue to do. And no matter who has the ball, who making the block, you got to do your job, and I think that we all got the right head on our shoulders right now.
This year is the opportune time for him to make a difference. The Colonials are entering camp with 6 potential field generals.
400 football teams out there in around the nation. I'd bet 350 to 375 are in some type of constant battle. And I think the competition is good. I would hate to, especially the 18 to 22-year-old young men that we have, to get to a guy that would maybe get a little bit too complacent.
Returners Derek Abbott and Luke Brumbaugh are eager to claim the role of QB1. Brumbaugh was chosen as last season's starter, but after injury and frustration, the role switched to Abbott. However, a freshman with true potential has emerged to challenge them. Matt Barr has paced the quarterbacks in reps. His shot at the leading role has only been enhanced by his arrival this past spring to RMU's squad.
I was here a semester early, I guess. It really helped me a lot, learning the offense and stuff, so we kind of picked up right where we left off coming back here in fall.
Matt Barr has been tremendous in this camp. It really established himself at the end of spring. Has come back bigger, faster, stronger, and has had a really good start to this camp.
Barr is one of the first, if not the first, on the field for early morning practices and takes his role seriously.
I'm trying my best to make the right reads back there and just be a leader overall of the offense and really help us stay together and do better than what we did last year, really turn it around.
A fresh face with the right attitude could be a much-needed spark to drive the team.
Yeah, I know what Spike means. John means anything. This John, that John. He wumbo, she wumbo.
What's the haps on the crowd? Shake 'em up, shake 'em up, shake 'em up, shake 'em. Roll 'em in a circle, let's begin.
Watch me break 'em with the 7-11, 7-11, 7 from the back.
Oh, early with Grandpa.
Individual periods we do.
Don't swear, we're mic'd up, remember?
Oh! Get that! Hey, come on! Back to pitch.
In spite of sputtering offenses and other obstacles, the Colonial defense has managed to stay consistent, due in part to defensive coordinator and assistant coach Scott Fairson, who has been with the team longer than any other coach. Of course, he's had some help from an excellent supporting cast.
We try and, we're a big thing. If it's not broke, don't fix it. We try and tweak things here and there based on the players we have. We've been pretty successful. Last year was a little down year, but the way we got to look at it is it was one of the worst years we've had collectively, but in certain areas, they were some of our better years. We still finished in the top 30 in 4 categories, so we have to thrive on the good things, work on the things that we struggled on. But as far as changing things, some tweaks and things there, but for the most part, we want to be aggressive and fast, and that's what we'll continue to be.
Yeah, you got hit in the head way too hard. That's all messed up. He got hit in the head by Drew. Red left. Hey, red left, Joker. Flocka, hey, Flocka.
As each season passes, junior defensive back Andy Smigera has an increased role.
About to burn everybody.
The play caller ran track for the now defunct RMU track team, helping him to get to 3rd place in the team in tackles and to 2nd place in interceptions.
Me personally, I just want to be more of a leader, not only to the DBs but the whole defense. Obviously, Mike Stokovic is our rock in the center. As I become a freshman, sophomore, now a junior, just becoming more vocal and helping out the younger kids and keeping everyone together in the back end of the defense is really what I want to do.
His role is particularly important thanks to the departure of last year's star defensive back, Antoine Eddy.
Teddy was a great player. He was obviously an All-American, really good guy, and but we have guys who can step in and fill right away. Drew Allen, who's going to be a sophomore, and Cam Sutherland, who is going to be a sophomore, are going to get a lot of playing time. Obviously, the help of Marcellus Branch at corner, a big physical corner, is really going to help us. So the loss of Teddy, it is big shoes to fill, but we have a couple guys who can fill in for him right away. That's enough for me.
Balance is key for a football team. Redshirt sophomore Lamica has somehow achieved the balance between work and play for the Colonials.
As far as having fun on the field, it's not necessarily, standing off the sidelines, cracking jokes or messing around. I think more of the fun part is just, being out there. You're gonna have your dudes on the sidelines that you're talking to, maybe about something. But the perfect balance is probably 90-10, paying attention about 95% of the time.
An avid prankster and hot sauce enthusiast, first impressions of Lamica off the field resonate with phrases like comical, illogical, or just plain odd.
He's got some interesting things to say. He's bright in areas and not so bright in other areas.
Fix up my boo-boos, I can't even spit on my gloves, and I can't even lick them. See that? That says moment for the champions. Yeah! That's because this is for you guys. Family. It's about for us. You don't want to be my brother?
Ready!
I got foot fetish.
Ready! Set!
You got nice feet, Lanza. Hey, does my neck look big in this helmet or no? Awake yet? You better be awake. You can get knocked out.
He's a great friend. I don't know if I'd call him a great roommate, but he's the kind of guy that you'll leave and come back after class and the whole room's rearranged.
He'd always be complaining like, you guys leave the room a mess, and we look and it's all of our stuff's in the same spot and it's cleaned up, and his is everywhere. Like pizza boxes are on his bed and clothes are, I don't even know where the clothes are, under the couch.
Oh, jeez, we got one. We got to think of one.
Should we go?
Not the urinal. I don't want to embarrass him like that.
The shower stuff. I think we just riced him. What's the crazy Nick story? Oh, we could go with. Okay, I think I got the one.
Yeah.
We kind of started off this. Nick's real into pranks, and he always takes things to the next level, like beyond where they should be. And so it started off with Sam and I would be showering, and like after practice or something or other, then Nick would go to the store and buy cups of flour or bags of flour or whatever he could find, and we'd be showering and he'd open up, pull back the curtain, and just hit you with a big cup of flour, and that's a pain in the ass to wash off when you're wet. So you're spending like another 15 minutes scrubbing all the flour off. So then we were like, all right, we got to get him back for this. And so Sam goes and gets this big garbage can full of rice, and I pull back the curtain and Sam hits him with this big thing of rice, and it's all in his hair and arms and whatever else. And so he's like, you're gonna pay for that, you're gonna pay for that. We're like, whatever. And so one day after practice we're going up to the library. It's like 7 o'clock, and Nick says he's going out to dinner with his girlfriend. So we're like, okay, we'll be fine, he'll come back, we'll hang out. And we get back, and every single thing in our entire room was stacked on my side of the bed, and Sam's stuff was piled on my bed. The dressers, which were full of clothes, full of school supplies, pretty damn heavy for even 2 people to carry, had been stacked up and piled high with like a note that said "F you." And we go in and ask him, and we're like, he just walks back wearing this nice little pea coat from dinner, and he's just saying, we're like, did you do this? He goes, no man, it wasn't me. And then we're like, yeah, it probably wasn't him, because there's no way one single human being would be able to lift those dressers by themselves and put them on his bed. But 2 weeks later, he ended up confessing to it, and he thought it was the funniest thing because we couldn't figure out who did it. That's probably the most PG-13 story we could think of.
But when it comes down to it, Lamoka is one of the hardest working and willing players on the team, as shown by last year's 361 all-purpose yards, 2 touchdowns, and 35 tackles. He's a motivator, teacher, and friend.
There we go. Let's go, fellas.
Down.
Oh man, you're gonna get ripped apart. It's all right though. You were there.
Punch, Josh. Good.
That's what I'm talking about, babe. Yeah.
In the next episode of Hail to RMU, Marcellus Branch makes his return to the team after a 1-year suspension. Drew Allen begins to fulfill his role as a key defensive back.